Hello to all beautiful people of our beloved Mother Ghana from all around the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, good noon, good whatever time I'm coming to you. Welcome to Sage, where it's all about patriotic views from country and people point for the betterment of Mother Ghana. Today, I want to talk about this endless, continuous blame on Russia-Ukraine war. And now it's moved to a point where it's many other captions that I have seen as far as with respect to Ghana is concerned. I don't think Ghana should be blaming Russia for anything or Russia-Ukraine war for our economy, especially now that it's been looked at from the point that there's going to be food shortage and the media is helping propagate it. Why won't there be a food shortage when farmers from around the world are paid subsidies not to plow their whole land accessible to them? But anyway, let's stay in Ghana because this Russia-Ukraine conflict is being blamed around the world for everything. Even if you sneeze, it is Russia-Ukraine war that has caused it. If you stumble, it is Russia-Ukraine war that has caused it. You see, I think we are in a time where our political leaders are not in the game of doing; they are in the game of blaming. I mean, some 20, 30 years ago or 50 years ago, politicians were politicians who wants to do something. They want to be remembered for something. They want to be remembered for the difference that they have made, not the havoc they have caused, not the mayhem that they have caused. But in our time, your guess is as good as mine. You have seen a lot of weird and strange stuff happen around the world. But let's stay in Ghana about this uh, potential food shortage. Now, the caption that caught my attention, I want to speak about this, is that it says on Ghana Web, it says, food shortage imminent due to Russia-Ukraine war. Economist. And who is this? Mr. Habibu Adam, the senior economics at the Office of the Senior Presidential Advisor of Ghana, has stated that continued global food shortage during the latter part of this year and 2023 is imminent due to the Russia-Ukraine war. And he went on to say, I'll just read the first two paragraphs and I'll move on. And he went on to say that the United Nations and the World Food Program have hinted of the looming food shortage and asked countries to brace themselves for the worst, as there will be a food shortage globally due to mainly the shortage of fertilizer. Okay? Because I was looking at it and I want to see how much do we consume from Russia or Ukraine as far as food is concerned. But when I went into that, I have realized that we don't import the main food that we eat. I've identified at least 20 different food products from banana right down to sweet potatoes, sorghum, cocoyam, palm oil. All these things are homegrown. But if we are importing them, then something is definitely wrong with us. But I don't want to speculate. All those products are produced or farmed locally. Now, they are putting it this way. Fertilizer is the reason. So that has made it easy for me. So I've decided to check where is Russia as far as Russia and Ukraine as far as fertilizer is concerned. So when looking, and I came across this where Russia is not the leading fertilizer producer in the world. It's not the second. It's not the third. is the fourth. And if I take a percentage of the first 10 producers of the world, if Russia alone decide not to supply fertilizer to any nation because of the war, that will be approximately 14% of the world available fertilizer. You think on that? What I came across is there is 77 identifiable countries that produce fertilizer. Okay? So out of the 77, two is at war, and the whole world, all our political leaders from around the world are saying that is going to result into food shortage. Is it that we are making it, deliberately making sure there's food shortage for other reasons? Or something is definitely wrong somewhere. Because if we have 77 countries producing fertilizer at industrial level, and two out of those is at war, and we said that is going to result into food shortage, we need to ask more questions. But let's stay in Ghana for now. So I checked. Ukraine is 22nd on the list as far as fertilizer is concerned. So why are we saying because these two countries out of the 77 countries that produce fertilizer is going to result into food shortage around the world? So I went further to check for the countries in Africa that produce fertilizer. And these are the countries I found: Egypt, Nigeria, South Africa, Libya, Mali, Zimbabwe, and Senegal. Of course, not in the quantities compared to China, India, USA, Russia, but they are producing it. So now, why when the African countries come together, foster relationship economically to help these countries increase their capacity as far as fertilizer production is concerned? But remember, Russia is not the leading fertilizer supplier. It's fourth on the list. The list I came across is Russia is fourth. The list I came across, Ukraine is fourth. So how? Out of the 77 I found, two is out if they decide not to supply any nation at all: Russia and Ukraine. And now, from all around the world, including Guardian politicians who are in the business of blame game rather than performance, have decided to jump on the bandwagon to blame Russia, Ukraine for the looming, as they have put it, food shortage at the latter part of this year and next year. Why? But I came across an article in Ghana where it talked about the fact that there are fertilizer producers in Ghana, not chemical fertilizer, but organic fertilizer, and they are not being supported. Why? Why? Most countries make drastic change and improve capacity and infrastructure in times of need. So if it is true that we really need this fertilizer to produce these 20 plus products, farm produce, that we consume on a daily basis, why don't we support the fertilizer producers in Ghana? Why don't we help them increase capacity? And as a matter of fact, the organic fertilizer is even better because there's no chemical disadvantage for human consumption. Anyway, and then I've decided to look at when it comes to the fertility of land from around the world. Ghana is one of the countries identified as having very fertile ground, land, or soil for farming purposes. So what's the problem then? We are comfortable to blame rather than to resolve the problem that is resolvable? I came across some captions, or summary of some articles that were written about Ghana. And one of them that caught my attention, because I don't want to read it all, because this thing is now all this looming food shortage is blamed on fertilizer that is to be sourced from Russia and Ukraine, even though Russia is not the sole fertilizer producer in the world, neither is Russia the leading supplier of fertilizer. So I want to read this one. I love what it says here. So, what is the problem of agriculture in Ghana? The challenges faced by the agricultural sector in Ghana are poor infrastructure. Infrastructure problems are resolvable, remember? Including lack of attention to irrigation development. We have water everywhere. Why can't we irrigate? Again, another solvable problem. High transport cost and poor roads to the farms. All those are solvable problems. Land acquisition. This one makes me laugh. Now that we have come to know that politicians are just cutting the land and harnessing it for themselves, why wouldn't there be land acquisition problems? And social and environmental problems. This is what is identified. This was captioned in the graphic.com.ghana, November 2016. Maybe small things have changed, but I don't think so. If these things have changed, we should not be joining the bandwagon in complaining about potential food shortage in Ghana. Then I quickly let me quickly take you down to what is said about the fertility of the land. This is carried by africamarkets.com. Ethiopia, Ghana, South Sudan, and Morocco are some of the countries identified as having very good land as far as farming is concerned, fertility. So what's the problem? Is either our leaders want to just be in the business of blaming or looking for, I think they purposely look for identifiable challenges to blame rather than look for identifiable solutions to provide. We should not be among those that are shouting potential food shortage, especially when all our food that we consume, 90% of the food we consume, as far as a Ghanaian is concerned, is grown locally. And we have very good soil. And we have African countries that are producing fertilizer. Russia is not the sole fertilizer supplier in the world. Neither is it the leading supplier of fertilizer. So apart from Ghana, all the other world leaders that are blaming this purposely are in denial of the fact. And that's wickedness. Or for whatever reason that we want food shortage, I don't want food shortage. For whatever reason, this current crop of politicians and their business of things cronies want food shortage, only God knows. But I thought to raise this because if the advisor to our president, Nana Akufo-Addo, is saying that the UN food program is saying they should brace themselves for looming food shortage at the latter part of this year and next year, and he has no other advice to give the president to say, look, now this is what we have to be doing as Ghanaians or as leaders of Ghanaians to make sure this potential food shortage will not impact us, but rather to actually give us assurance that it's going to happen, then I don't think that he should be in the office. He should be removed because he's not giving a good advice, because this problem is solvable. This is from Country and People Point. Remember this. We can't continue to be in denial of the fact that some problems we have in our country, apart from this agricultural issue, are solvable. But it's just a matter of refusal to do, coupled with corruption, topped up with wickedness, refusal to do, driven by selfishness. We have no excuse as Ghanaians not to be self-sufficient. Ghana is a very endowed nation in all aspects. Let's remember this. Ghana must work. We want Ghana to work. Ghana can work. Let's collectively make Ghana to work. Think on this. I don't think we have a justifiable reason to jump on the bandwagon because 2 nations out of 77 nations that produces commercial level fertilizer for the nations around the world, to jump on the bandwagon to say we should expect food shortage. Ghana alone, Ghana's inflation is over 20%. Why? Other African countries are below 10. And what is our leadership going to do about it? Rather than continue this Russia-Ukraine blame business, because our politics is a politics of blame games rather than politics of performance. But anyway, till I come your way, God bless Mother Ghana. Long live the 4th Republic. And remember to subscribe to the channel and share with other Ghana-loving Ghanaians that have the desire to see Ghana live up to its full potential. Thank you. God bless you all.